What's happening, party people, and welcome to Throwback Thursday. In this video, I dug up something out of the archives that I kind of enjoyed doing. May have been one of the first of that $500 Volvo series. Back, several years ago, I was buying Volvos for about $500 and doing a restoration series on them and posting them online. Man, you could still do that today, but you could do it for $200-300. $500 is a good number, and you could normally buy the parts between $400 and $700. Spend somewhere around a week or 10 days restoring that thing and having a great vehicle that can last somebody for many years. So now, if you go to my channel, you can watch the entire series on this particular video in the playlist. You go to the channel, you scroll over, hit playlist, and then scroll down. You'll see this video. And I'll go ahead and link it into the playlist so that it'll be easy to find those videos if you want to watch the whole series. I bought that car off of a dealer for $500 because he didn't want to spend 2-3 G's fixing that burnt valve. And then I sold that vehicle to a family that drove it for many years. For about maybe 4 or 5 years they drove that vehicle. They drove it for a couple years, passed it down to their son that needed a vehicle. He drove it for a couple of years and then offered to sell it back to me. It was beat after those 5 years or so. So I passed on that. Wasn't looking to buy it back. It was in another state, stuff like that. But hey, those are good cars. That car would probably still had a lot of life in it, but it was beat up, a lot of nicks and dings and bumps on it. And, I could have got it and gave it away as a donor car, but just wasn't in the position to spend money on the car at that time. So there's lots of playlists in there to help people learn how they can turn a car that doesn't cost much, that may be near the end of its life, take that car and pull it back into a good runnable condition. Now, usually when I fix a car and make these daily videos that doesn't have the detailed instructions for completing the task on those things, I link the detailed instructions in the description area of the videos. So always check the description area, and hey, that'll help you navigate through my videos. So now don't forget, if you want to see my daily videos, I'm posting those things over on my Patreon site. You can see the link in the description here. That'll take you to the Patreon site. There's no charge or no registration or nothing to do that. They're just there, out of the way from the normal grind here on YouTube, man. YouTube has gotten so congested with just videos that even your subscribers have a hard time knowing when you post something new. So those daily videos are going up over there. Also, that helps new viewers not get daily videos mixed up with instructional videos. So hopefully in the next 90 days or so, I'll be moving more of that content, that daily content that you learn your tips and tricks on, over to the Patreon side, and not having the YouTube in general clogged up with all of that stuff. That was just, daily stuff that I would say my board members would like to see. I call them my board members because I've been doing this now for almost 2 months, and I'm getting like 9 or 10 views a video on average. So the general public is not going over there, or most people are not wanting to see that stuff. Just people that want to connect with my daily content. So there you have it. If you have any questions, let me know. I've been using questions to make YouTube shorts, so those are going up just about daily. And man, I hope all you turkeys have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching. Here's a Volvo S70, a 98 model. The drive-by-wire. So kind of the last of the as fully mechanical as possible Volvos that were made. This is usually a desired model. It's a T5, which is the high-pressure turbo motor, 2.3-liter engine that's programmed now to put out about 222 horsepower. With an R chip, it would have put out 240 horsepower, but these cars can easily be modified to put out safely, without any major engine work, about 310 or 320 horsepower. I don't plan to do that, but this video is going to be about bringing this car to stage 0. I purchased this car strictly to save it and flip it. It has what I believe is a burnt valve. It has about 106,000 miles on it, misfire number 2, and the only thing I can think of is it has a burnt valve. It has a dent in the door there, some mild damage, scrapes. It's got a little crease up here that somebody put in it somehow. Not sure if this came from the car sitting in places, but when I come around, I see that it needs an antenna. I haven't checked the brakes yet. The tires on it look all good, and it needs cleaned up. First thing I'm going to do is clean it up, because when people see a car that looks pretty dirty, they assume it's been abandoned or something, and I don't want anybody assuming that and bothering the car. So let me go ahead and show you a few more things on the inside. Other than the car having a burnt valve, the car's been sitting a while and the engine compartment's pretty dirty. I see no evidence of a timing belt being replaced. There was no service records for it, so I'm pretty much going to go bumper to bumper. Any belts that look like they need to be replaced going to be replaced. Any hoses that seem old or getting old, I'm going to replace. Things that are normally neglected, I'm going to replace, like that coolant line down there. That one actually looks in good shape, but I'm going to have to remove that to get the head off. And I'm just going to check through everything that I can. As you can see, the motor mount there is torn out. So there's going to be a few things that I'm going to do to service this car, bring it back to stage 0, and then recycle it to somebody else. Like I said, it has 106,000 miles on it, so this should be a car that's going to give somebody at least another 100,000 miles easy. The interior is very clean. As you can see, the door panel puckle, which is pretty normal, but none of the seats are torn, which shouldn't be at this low mileage. It has a trip computer in there. I've already got the radio code for the stereo, and the carpet and floor mats look like they're in pretty good clean shape. I don't see any cracks on the dash, and the driver's side also has the door panel pucker, which is normal. The back seats, door panel pucker, has a piece of trim broke there, which is easy to get out of the dealer or salvage yard. Everything back here, other than that, looks pretty good. The hood liner looks good and clean, and the other door panel pucker. Those are very common things, those door panel thing puckers. This seal here, I'm going to fix that and probably glue that back since the seal's not torn. The trunk area is nice and clean, and let me see if it has a spare tire. It has a spare tire and the tools, and then the front license plate bracket. Everything looks kind of intact here. I don't see that this light, yep, the light works up there, and it has a nice stereo system in it. So let me get started, and I'm going to break down all the costs and let you know as I go along the things I find that needs to be fixed. Okay, the car starts and runs, although rough. I did take the battery out, have it charged. It's got a 99% charge, but they claim that the battery's bad, so it may have a bad cell or something. But it's been sitting for about a day now. When I turn the key, it fires right up. But I'm going to get this gas out of the car, put fresh gas in it, because I don't think the car's been driven much. And that gas in the tank is probably at least a year old. So let me go ahead and move the car to where I'm going to work on it. I just moved the car. It starts and seems to drive fine. And I'm not going to drive it too much because I want to put any unnecessary wear on the motor. It hadn't had a oil filter change in a while. So I'm going to leave it right here for a couple days while I do the work on it. If you made it this far, I trust that you found some information that was either useful or entertaining. So go ahead and hit the like button. And if you would like notification of future videos that I post, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support. You can follow me on other social media apps by looking for Robert DIY. Some form of that should bring up the other channels that I have on places like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and so forth. If for some reason you need some more personal help, go to my website at robertdiy.com and use the phone number that I have posted there to send me a text message, or you can email me. If you have questions or comments, please make a comment below. And if you'd like to make some kind of financial contribution to what I got going on here, go to my channel and hit the More link at the end of the introduction statement, and it'll show you different ways that you can support me financially. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.